I'm Dan and welcome back to Adventures in Guitarland, where I teach you how to play guitar by playing a role-playing game. Today we're going to go over accidentals, what they are, what they mean, and why they're even a thing. So stay tuned. Alright, so looking at the C major scale, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Those are all just notes. You don't hear A sharp, B flat, or anything of that nature, right? The same is applied to its relative minor, A. So you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. You don't hear any sharps, flats, anything like that. Why is that? Well, because in those particular scales, there just aren't any. So Western music is typically all based off of the major scale, in the fact that somewhere someone decided that the major scale is made up of your tonic, so we'll use C in this case, and then a formula of steps, i.e. whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So if you look at the way this is related to your C, you have a whole step to D, okay, you have a whole step to E, whole, half, you have a half step to F, and then whole, 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 so F to G, G to A to B, A to B, and then you have that last half step back up to the octave. And that is how the major scale is determined in any key. Let's say you want to play the B major scale. Well, you're going to go from C down to B, and you're going to play the same thing. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Now here, what that turns into is it changes things. You have a B, but then you have that whole step. So, well, that's a C sharp. That's not a C. What is a sharp? Oh no! That's what we're covering today, accidentals. And that's why we're covering it, because it allows you to understand and to play in other keys other than just C major and A minor. While those are important to know because they are the baseline for everything, it's also important to know the other ones as well, so that you can diversify and play things that are a little more different, diverse, meaningful, emotive. So let's look at what I did in the beginning. I played a C and then played through the C scale, right? So I'm going to switch over to G. So let's look at C. Here's that C scale. But if I played that over G, it wouldn't sound right. Now if I played G as the tonic, okay, I can play that same thing here, but I'm going to shift it up to have the same notes being played, just in the key of G. Wow, that really resolved right back to the G because all those notes were in G major. Now the only difference between G major and C major is sharping an F. That's it, just F sharp. And all that a sharp means is that you're taking that F and moving it up one half step. That's all it means. You're moving that F from here to here. Pretty easy. By the way, the symbol for a sharp is right there. That's what a sharp is. It's called an accidental. Now there's another very commonly used type of accidental called a flat. That's what it looks like. And all that is the opposite. So if I was playing something and it called for a G flat, it would be there. But I thought that was F sharp, right? How can that be G flat too? That's where you get into some interesting things. Just understand that the flat and the sharp can be the same note tonally, just not written out. You won't see a piece that has both an F sharp and a G flat, because in keys, the key typically either has sharps or it has flats. It doesn't have both. They don't really mix them. So now they can change things as they go through, because music theory is not a set of rules. It's more like a set of guidelines, right? So it's more like guidelines. It's not really rules, but it is a wonderful place to start, and then you can break out of it and branch out as you will. But just know for now that that is the case. So yes, a F sharp and a G flat are the same note tonally, but they're going to look different depending on what you're looking at. And the key signature. So where are all these things? Well, we already taught you the notes on the guitar. Remember all those spaces that you skipped? Like between an F and a G, between a G and an A, how we skipped that fret? That's where your sharps and flats live. So now you understand. So if you're looking at this, you want to play through this, you want to go, okay, I want to know every single note on my low E string, on my 6th string. Well, you had a F, F sharp, G flat, G, G sharp, A flat, A sharp, B flat, B, C, or if you called for it, B sharp. That can happen. Then you would have C sharp, D flat, D, D sharp, B flat, E. And then you're back. And that's just the way it works for every string. That those spaces in between are where the sharps and flats live. All right, so this was intended to be a short video just to kind of clear up what those were, so that later on when you do things like play in G major, you understand that F is sharp. That's why the difference between C and G is right there. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, hey, click that like, maybe that subscribe, and that bell icon, so you can let YouTube know, hey, this guy's putting out decent content, we like it, and it'll boost me up and get me out to other people. If not, hey, no harm, no foul. It's your world, you do what you do. All right, so now you understand accidentals, and hopefully you can apply them in your adventure in Guitarland.